What up, nerds? For 2 weeks now, I've played my Ultimate Iron Man entirely on PvP worlds, dodging PKers and avoiding death at every... my game froze. Huh. Well, I died beyond level 20 Wilderness, so all my untradables just peaced out. I lost my Pyromancer gear, but that's not so bad since there was no way I was planning to finish Wintertot right now. The sad part is that little XP lamp that sat in my inventory all last episode. I was planning to use it on Herblore, but since it won't be a while until I hit 30, it was going to sit in my inventory indefinitely, and it's not the end of the world. Okay, look, all I want to do now is turn these runes into some early magic, defense, and prayer levels to help me survive through early quests on PvP worlds. I had the brilliant idea to head to Lava Dragons since everyone always chats them up as an easy source of safe-spotted prayer XP. Overall, the wilderness isn't that much more dangerous than the rest of the world for me, so I gave it a shot. This was apparently way too difficult for my small little brain to handle, since I even bought 50 law runes for Telegrab before realizing that I was 12 levels off from casting it. In the end, I let Lava Dragons become a learning experience for me. I'm essentially in one-shot range of every monster in Deep Wildy at all times, so on the off chance that I ever do die, it gives me good practice in case I were to die to a player and need to get back quickly without a bank. The River Lum canoe system is extraordinarily useful here. I can thieve a man 6 times, buy a bronze axe, take the boat to Edgeville, and then pull the lever to Deep Wilderness. Not only does this let me reach my death pile if I do die, but it doesn't seem like a terrible way of snagging some runes from the mage bank as I rebuild either. The other method I tried took a little bit longer, but it let me return with an Arty Cloak 1 at least. I grabbed a knife at spawn, I thieved for a sec, and then I chopped some longbows to get 200 gold. I'm curious to figure out the best method for getting quick GP to reclaim from Purdue, since pickpocketing is only getting me 3 gold at a time, but with the cloak secured, I can teleport to Arty and take the lever from there right back into the wilderness. Despite having an absolute hell of a time here and making kind of an ass of myself, I actually got some decent XP. Taking on a high-level monster with 230 health is tough when you're sitting at 15 combat, but even after a comical number of deaths up here, I still managed to go through half my mind runes and snag 13 defense, 17 prayer, 30 magic, and 20 hit points. Lava Dragons are a solid place to get prayer experience because of how easy they are to kill with magic, but is also busy with PKers and is going to get way riskier as I gain combat levels. For now, I'm 24 combat with a few starting stats and feeling like a new man. I dump everything I might use into my looting bag, hang on to my runes, and then sell all the random crap from Lava Dragons for a bit of gold over in the Arty West General Store. Now that I've popped the cork holding me back in combat levels, this episode is going to be all about stats and early quests to try and get this account ahead. My goal is still an 85 combat quest cape, which means most of my experience and specific skills like attack, defense, and prayer will all have to come from quest rewards. So let's get started. Witch's House is my first stop since HP is the easiest way I'll survive other low-level accounts. It's a super easy quest for any level, even as an Ultimate Iron Man, and all I need to do is grab some cheese. You might have noticed that I keep a sapphire ring in my inventory, and that's so that if I ever need a recoil to do a quest anytime soon, I can just enchant it whenever I need. Fortunately, I don't need anything of the sort for this quest, and that's Witch's House down. 28 health has me feeling much more comfortable around other low-level players, especially considering all the runes and gold that I'm risking at the moment. Let's go ahead and keep on using those runes up to tackle my favorite quest next. Imp Catcher. It took me 45 damn minutes to get the last of Wizard Mizgog's sexual aids, but that black bead must have been hiding so far up there. By the time I finished this stupid thing, my magic was already so high that I wasn't even gonna gain a level from finishing the... Wait. No. Oh, come on. Oh, God. So, the top floor of the Wizard's Tower is a popular spot for low-level bots to splash and train magic in. Some of them do it on PvP worlds to avoid detection, but thanks to certain bot-busting YouTubers, it looks like someone showed up to hunt them. He came at the perfect time, right as I entered that stupid cutscene, and that was friggin' close. Once my heart stopped beating so fast, I went over to Artie to refresh on food and prepare for Merlin's Crystal. This incredibly easy quest won't give us any stats, but we've got to do it before we start the Holy Grail. There's one fight that's not too hard unless you cancel the conversation and have to do it again. On the grand scale of warriors, adventurers, and champions all across RuneScape, I'm just a little bitch boy who still needs to safe spot a bat. Before I schooled the demon at the very end of the quest, I definitely forgot to do the step in Varrock to get the secret words, and normally this isn't so bad, but without a teleport to Camelot, it is a hell of a time getting back, and I spent so long walking this quest. In the end, that's Merlin's Crystal done. I've got an Excalibur now, but in order to equip it, I need at least 20 attack. Waterfall quest will give us enough experience for 30 attack and strength, so that's up next. I started a while back, so for now I go pick up the pebble and continue on. This quest is incredibly easy and probably one of the most completed members quests of all time, so nothing could go wrong. Glariel's Tomb. See, this place is sort of like Intrana, but in addition to weapons and armor, you can't bring runes or, as I learned while asking the UIM CC, a looting bag, even if there's no weapons or armor otherwise. I can't just drop the looting bag and run in there, so I've got to suicide to Moss Giants to get rid of it without losing my stuff. This time around, I can drop my items for a bit, run into the tomb, and grab the amulet. I've still got stuff in my death pile, so I loot the stuff, ditch my junk, and head out. About halfway to the waterfall, I realized I didn't grab the urn, so I had to run back and grab the pebble before it disappeared off of my junk pile, then drop all my weapons, armor, and runes again to go back into the tomb and grab the urn. Now, it's finally time to finish the quest, and god damn it. I used the urn on the chalice, but I didn't have enough inventory space to finish the quest. I made space, then clicked the chalice, assuming that I had already emptied the urn out, and when you get flushed out of the cave, you need to get a new amulet to get back in. So I've got to go back into the tomb. But I don't have a pebble anymore. To make space for completing the quest, I dropped the pebble since it was about to become useless anyway. So, back to reclaim the pebble, then an amulet, then finish the quest, and boom. 30 attack, 30 strength, and 30 minutes spent doing a 5-minute quest. Around now you might be doubting my qualifications, and for good reason. It could be a good time to let you guys know that I've played Oldschool Runescape for less than a year now. After watching some YouTube videos like Swampletics, Lincoln Rarg's PvP series, and Sea Engineer's Hardcore Iron Man, I got into the game and started on my Iron Man last July. So, if any of you have thought I'm a huge noob, you're completely right. My only consolation is knowing that I did about as well on the Waterfall quest as Link's Ocarina did in Season 2.
What?
After every quest, there's some Ultimate Iron Man business to attend to. I pop out into the wilderness to snag a new looting bag, stash the goods, and then sell off all my extra garbage in West Ardoyne. This is becoming a bit of a habit for me, and I might want to start thinking about adding a couple of house portals to make this easier. The Mind Altar teleport is huge for looting bag management since it's right next to the Wildy, and there's also a teleport straight to West Arty, both of which I can unlock an Arceus at any time, and then put in my house. Before I can quest, I'm going to get through a few of these herbs that I've still got left over from wintertime. I'm afraid of hanging on to anything for too long in case I get PK'd and lose out on all this potential experience, and Herblore is my hardest skill by far. To get a quick boost, I throw on some Jimmy and go to Karamja to do Jungle Potion.
I'm picking up some plants, it's the Jungle Potion.
Nice. These jokers spanked me pretty hard, but I got the last of the herbs, finished up the quest, and landed 12 Herblore. I snag some vials, say hi to some pures, buy secondaries, and then train up my Herblore. There's nothing to make you feel more like an ultimate Iron Man than all the convoluted inventory juggling you have to do while making potions. And even though it's tedious, it feels damn good to see some levels. As I was grinding Herblore, I realized I need an easy way to show you guys the bounty. Now my experience will be tracked at all times in the top right corner, so you can see how much I'm offering at any moment. Right now, my bounty is simply my total golden experience, and when someone kills me, I'll pay out and reset the tracker so you can see how much I'll gain for the next bounty. In the future, this bounty is going to scale up with my quest points as well, but remember the clips you're seeing in-game right now are currently a bit behind my uploads by a few weeks, and we hadn't decided on it as a community yet. In real time, things are still dangerous, but nobody's killed me for a while and my bounty has climbed up to 5 million GP.
That's why when this episode comes out on July 1st, I'm adding an extra 5 mil bounty as a challenge to keep you guys hunting me. During my Herblore grind, I've made a new friend. Oh my goodness, it's a PVP hardcore. Wait, come back. Come back. Oh my god, it really is. At the time, I had no idea who that was, but now that I've seen C Engineer's video, I know that it's Zach, the highest level hardcore PvP Iron Man that not even C Engineer himself has been able to kill. Catherby must have been poppin' because I ran into another familiar face. Oh my god, I actually ran into Soul Spectral again. If you guys don't remember, this is the guy that... he ran off. That was the only person to kill me so far. After I uploaded episode 1, C Engineer DM'd me to tell me that Soul Spectral is actually Oklahoma, a member of Blazers who does low-level PKing on a dead hardcore Iron Man. After 20 minutes of slaughtering unicorns to make anti-poisons, the only herbs I've got left are Terramins. Although I could farm Limport roots to make strength pots, there's a much better option right around the corner. If I start Shades of Morton, I can make Serum 207s, which give the same experience as a strength potion and use a much easier secondary, Ashes. With a plan on my mind, it's time to complete a couple of quests in the area first. Murder Mystery doesn't need anything more than a pot, and even though managing the items got a little tricky with my inventory, I still got a quick quest point and 13 crafting. Call me a nerd, but doing early quests and jumping up by 10 or 20 levels each time feels so satisfying. This is the 4th account I've done it on so far, the others being my Iron Man, my Zerker, and an undisclosed account for future videos, and I've loved it every time. Now call me Monty Python because it's time to find that damn Holy Grail. The boost in defense and prayer experience from this quest is pretty unparalleled, so it's going to be huge for tanking. I've got to visit Entrana for this one, but fortunately it's a quick visit and I can just drop my items on the docks for a minute. After a quick reminder that I'm sure as hell on PvP Worlds, I head to Draenor Manor. As the master of macro efficiency himself, I'm going to listen to that old saying about stoned birds and help out my boy Ernest. The 4 quest points won't do all that much, but any step towards the quest cape is a step towards my final goal. Finally, in the Fisher's Realm, I can face off against a real opponent. That fight took me 8 minutes and 40 seconds. Thank God I've only got to do it once. Now I run up to the castle, blow the whistle to be let in, and god damn it, that teleported me out. It's fine. I can just do the fight again. Don't worry guys, the fight wasn't 8 minutes long this time. It was 10 minutes, ha! I almost ran out of mind runes entirely and would have had to flinch the entire rest of the fight, but I calculated it out perfectly. The rest of the quest is a breeze from here, and after running to the Goblin Village, then back to the Fisher Realm, that's Holy Grail completed. With all this prayer and defense, I'm looking like the tankiest boy in all of RuneScape, as long as you ignore the fact that I'm essentially naked and can get one shot by a ranged pure with a dark bow at any time. I know these early episodes jump around a bit, so I wanted to show you guys just how much progress we made this episode. When I ran up to lava dragons and yeeted my untradables into the void, here were my stats. Most importantly, we've gained 16 HP levels, 32 defense levels, and 20 prayer, along with 22 new quest points. I climbed 24 new combat levels from 15 up to 39, and went up 155 levels total. Next episode, I'll be unlocking one of RuneScape's most expansive and interesting areas. See you soon, Settle. Normally in these outros I'd hop on my guitar and sing a little to celebrate the end of editing a video, but this time I thought I'd change it up. If you live in the United States, things are obviously tumultuous, and I think the most important thing you can do, besides listening and learning, is voting. Elections aren't for 4 more months, but primary elections are still happening all around the nation, and with the big CV shutting down polling places, it's really important to sign up for a mail-in ballot today if that's available. You can check your registration and register yourself at vote.org, and I hope you take a minute to check it out. Peace.